everyone, I'm Julie from the Kimberly Public Library.
And I'm Alex from the Little Chute Public Library. We are collaborating together for some STEAM kits. We missed our steamrollers kiddos so much since we can't have in-person programming. So we have put together a to-go kit that we hope you enjoy. This kit is circuit bugs, and they are recommended for ages 9 and up with adult supervision. They are a little bit challenging for those of you that attended the BrushBot session. It's similar to that, so it does take some patience, so we do recommend that you have an adult with you. We have 20 kits per library, and they will be starting, you'll be able to request them starting on February 8th.
Just give the libraries a call and tell them you want a STEAM to-go kit, and we can set one aside for you. So just like our old steamroller sessions, we always started out with a little bit of a STEAM lesson. So today we're just going to take a few minutes and talk about a circuit and what a circuit is. So a circuit is a path that an electric current runs through, which is going to make your little circuit bugs light. So an electric current is the movement of electrons through a conductor. In our case, we've got some wire in our bugs. So it's the movement of the electrons through the circuit that keeps your video games working and your refrigerator running. So you need 3 basic things for a circuit: a power source. You're going to find we have a battery when we open up our kits, the conducting path, which is the wire, and the load, the object you're trying to power. So to complete the circuit, the conducting path must connect both ends to the power source. And then the current, or the movement of electrons, will keep flowing until something interrupts it. Sometimes it's a switch, sometimes it's just disconnecting the battery. All right, now we're going to dive into what's in your STEAM to-go kits. So you'll get a bag, and in it you will find 2 LED lights, some insulated copper magnet wire. You'll have 2 red and 2 white. You'll have a battery, one of the round 3-volt batteries, electrical tape, taped to a white piece of paper, clothespin, pipe cleaners, and popsicle sticks. The only thing that's not included in your kit is a scissors, and that's one of the things you'll need from home. So we'll jump right in. The first thing you're going to do is set out your LED lights. And you're going to notice that one leg is longer than the other. The longer one is the positive pin. And when you start this making of the circuit bug, you want to make sure your LED lights are going to light. So the first thing you're going to do is test the light with the battery.
So you'll just want to stick the 2 pins between the battery, and if it does not work, turn the battery around, and then it most likely will work. Okay, so this light works great, and same with this light. So that's perfect. You want to make sure that your lights and your battery are operating before you start.
And you're going to see us test this throughout working on the circuit bugs. So the second thing you're going to do is decide on your bug design. And then you're going to pick up the wire, and you're going to have to strip both ends of all 4 pieces of wire. And Alex will show you what worked best for her.
So when doing this, you are just going to want to take a scissors. You want about 2 to 3 centimeters. So you do not want to strip too much of the ends of the wires. And I just gently twisted the scissors along the wire. You don't want to press too hard because you don't want to cut the wire. And then you can just kind of take your fingernails, and it should just slide right off, just like that. You want to do the same thing to the other end.
And if you oops and cut through the wire, there should be long enough length of wire for you to just make another strip.
Yeah. Same thing here. That should just slide right off.
So you're going to do that to all 4 wires, the 2 red and the 2 white. So Alex has all 4 of her wires stripped.
All right.
Then you're going to take your electrical tape and you're going to grab a piece of the electrical tape and cut it in half the long way or vertically. And then you're going to cut it into small sections.
Perfect. So like in school, they teach you hamburger hot dog. You are going to cut it the hot dog way, long way, so that you have a nice thin, small piece of tape. And then you're going to want to cut it into little chunks. In the end, you do only need 4 small sections, but you definitely can cut more if you do an oops. We have plenty of tape here for you to work with. So I have 4 small pieces cut.
Okay, then you're going to take the stripped end of one of the red wires and put it against the long pin, which is the positive side of the LED light. And it may be easier to bend the shorter pin out of the way a little bit when you're doing this step, because you're going to take a piece of electrical tape and tape the wire and long pin of the LED together. And this is a step that took a little bit of patience. It's kind of a tight space to work in, but Alex will show you how she wrapped the wire and the LED light pin.
So like the directions, and like Julie said, it is way easier to very gently bend the shorter pin out of the way so that you really are able to wrap the wire and the leg of the pin tightly. That's the most important thing here, is to make sure that those two are touching. So to really get that tape wrapped around as tight as you possibly can. Perfect.
So you are going to do this with both lights and both red wires. So you're going to attach a red wire to the long pin of each of your 2 LED lights. And then you're going to repeat this process with the short end, which is the white wire, and the negative side.
All right, so now I'm taking the white wire, the stripped end, with the short pin, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with a small piece of tape. This side for me is a little trickier because I'm holding it with my left hand and I'm not a lefty. So again, it just takes a little bit of patience, but you're going to want to try to get it as tightly wrapped around so that the pin of the light and the wire are touching. So that should be good. So we have that, and then you're going to do the exact same thing to the other pin and the other wires. Okay, so just remember that the long pin, the positive side, goes with the red wire, and the short pin, the negative side, goes with the white wire. Okay, and once you're finished, you want to test your battery again. Okay, making sure that it still lights up. So this one. Is not. Oh, there we go. There we go. Perfect. I was gonna say this one is not, which would mean if it did not, that's okay. Typically, that just means that your connection up here is interrupted. So you would want to make sure that that wire and the pin are touching within the tape. You might have to cut some more tape and try it again. But we did get this one to work, so that's great. I'm gonna try this one. Make sure, same thing. And this one works as well. So before you continue moving through the process and building your bug, you want to continue to check that battery and that your lights light up, okay, and that connection.
Okay, now take the stripped ends of both the red wires and twist them together.
Okay, so red and red, I'm going to twist together. Perfect.
And then we're going to do the same with the white wires. We're going to twist the 2 white wires together.
And they're a little crooked here, but that's okay.
And then once again, we're going to make sure that our circuit isn't interrupted, and we're going to test with our battery again to make sure as we're twisting that nothing has come loose.
See, and there we go. Now we have had one that fell out. So
we
I'm
got
just
one loose one.
gonna fix that. Really squeeze those together. Hopefully that helps.
And we're giving you plenty of electrical tape in your kits so that you have extra tape to do some extra taping
There
if you
we
need
go.
to.
Okay, perfect. So now we have 2 lights that light up. So my connection, it was just making sure that these were nice and tight together up here. All right.
So next, Alex is going to attach her wires to the clothespin.
So we're going to take the end of the clothespin that you squeezed together, and you are going to just put the 2 legs of one of your LED lights in between it. I personally found it easiest to do one, tape it, and then do the other and tape that instead of trying to get them both together. So, and I just broke that too. All right. Maybe I cut that a little too short. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then, as you can probably see this flapping around over here, this did come unconnected again, so I'm just going to want to connect that back in there.
And she's going to attach that to the other side of the clothespin with the electrical tape. This is a little putsy, this part too. And you'll notice that Alex's wires stick out beyond the end of the clothespin, but that's okay.
All right, perfect. So now that they are taped on there, again, before we make any designs or start wrapping in pipe cleaners, I'm just going to check to make sure that our lights still work. And if not, then again, we're going to need to do a little bit of troubleshooting. Exactly. Maybe
Looks like they both lit.
I want to. Okay. Okay, so clearly mine is not. So there is an interruption in our circuit here. So I'm just going to, I'm thinking it's the one that I just wrapped because that's the one that keeps
Coming apart.
yeah, coming apart and being sassy for me. So let's take this apart. Just make sure that my okay, let's try it one more time. Got one.
You got part of it going. Oh, now the other one. There you go. Kind of flashing. His antenna are flashing. There you go.
There we go. Okay, so it might just take a little bit of finagling to get it to work, but please don't get frustrated. Continue just checking the connection between the two, the pegs of the legs of the battery and your wire, and I promise you will eventually get it. So You can see us having to troubleshoot a little bit here, but we eventually got it to work. So now you can start
Grabbing your
actually-
pipe cleaners
yeah.
and building your bug.
Yeah, actually building. So what we ended up doing was a little version of a crazy bumblebee. So have fun with it. You can make antennas, you can make legs, you really can do whatever you want. The popsicle sticks are meant for if you wanted a longer type bug, so feel free to play around with those if you want. We did not use popsicle sticks in our design though, so don't feel like you have to. And then when you're all done, again, you will want to test your completed bug. Make sure that that those lights still light up, which ours do.
So you notice there's no on-off switch for the bugs. It's simply remove the battery to turn the bug off. We hope you have fun, and remember to be patient. Takes a little putziness to make these circuit bugs, but we hope you have fun making them.
And if you do not like these to be left out, you can always trim. You'll have to strip the wire again and then tuck it into the pipe cleaner. We chose not to do that way, but you 100%. But you 100% can. Okay. Good.
So have fun with our circuit bugs and let your imagination soar and create the bug that you like.
Yes. If you enjoyed this, we are going to collaborate in the future. I am expecting and I will be on maternity leave fairly soon. So when we say in the future, we mean like summer, fall, not super soon, unfortunately. But please watch our Facebook pages, our social media pages, and we'll let you know when we're gonna have another kiddo.
Thanks for watching.